All right, it is 5:30 on March 25th, 2025. We'll call this meeting, the regular meeting of the Morton County Commission to order. First item of business will be the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, let's do a roll call. Commissioner Zachmeyer?
Yes.
Commissioner Buckley?
Here.
Commissioner Tokash?
Here.
Commissioner Morrell?
Here.
And myself, Commissioner Boehm, all present. We also have Auditor Roan up here, Sheriff Kirkmeyer, and State's Attorney Copy in the back. Our next will be the approval of the agenda.
Motion to approve the agenda is presented.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the agenda as presented. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Now we have the approval of the minutes from the March 13th, 2025 regular meeting.
Mr. Chairman, I would move to approve the minutes from the March 13th, 2025 Commission meeting.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the minutes from the March 13th, 2025 Morton County Commission regular meeting. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries. Next, Commissioner Buckley, you have bills this month?
Yes, I did, and I found everything to be in order, so I'd move to approve monthly bills and payroll.
Second.
All right, it's been moved and seconded to approve the monthly bills and payroll. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? Do a roll call vote. Commissioner Buckley?
Yes.
Commissioner Morrell?
Yes.
Commissioner Tokash?
Yes.
Commissioner Zachmeyer?
Yes.
And myself, yes. Motion carries. All right, we'll move right into our agenda tonight. Short one as it is. Mr. LaFleur, you are first. And last, it looks like.
Okay. Still getting a few. There we go. Still getting a few homestead abatements. It's a little less than it was last time, but they're still kind of rolling in. So we have abatements 6745 through 6758. All the homesteads, I did break it down by the year and location for you in the packet there. Unless there's any questions on any individual ones.
Commissioners have any questions on any of them? If not, we'll take a motion.
Mr. Chairman, I move that we approve the homestead abatement 6745 for Morton County 2024, 6746, and 6747 for the City of Mandan 2023, 6748 through 6755 for the City of Mandan 2024, 6756 for the City of New Salem 2024, 6757 through 6758 for mobile homes for 2025.
Second.
All right, it has been moved to approve abatement 6745 through 6758 as presented for homestead abatements. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
Okay. Then we have one abatement for the veterans credit. That's abatement 6759 for 2024 for the, that's in the county.
Mr. Chair, motion to approve abatement number 6759 for veterans credit abatement.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve abatement 6759, excuse me, for the year 2024 for veterans credit. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries.
Okay? And the final item I have for you is the approval of a contract with Vanguard Appraisals. That's our software vendor for our appraisal software. This is known as the archive module. What it does is it stores the property record cards every year so we can go back. The state requires us to save 25 years worth of property record cards. So this moves it off an electronic version in this archive module. So we invoke it every year after the County Board of Equalization. The fee we would be paying is a little over $3,000 per usage, if I got that figure right. Yeah, $3,180 per usage. That quote would be good for 6 times of usage. The prior one that we had was signed in 2019. That was a little over 1,000, so we have come up quite a bit, but it is 6 years later. So this kind of locks us in at that $3,180 per usage for the next 6 years. So I did have the state's attorney's office review it, the contract. It's kind of one of those, it is what it is things, but he did look through it.
Okay.
Mr. Chair, just a quick question for Mr. LaFleur. So the upload just takes it basically from our digital files and uploads right into their cloud?
Yeah, just store that prior year because obviously we're going to start working on the next year. So we have to save that prior year
Right.
so we can start the new year.
So it frees
So
up
it saves it in a digital format. We can pull up those PDFs. They also send a thumb drive to me in the mail with all of those on it.
Okay.
So if we need to go back and access them, there's kind of 2 different ways we can get to it.
So it opens up our server for
To
more
start,
files?
to start the new year, yeah.
Okay.
Did they give us any indication of why it's tripled in price?
I think it's just storage costs, the growth of parcels, growth of the data. So I didn't really get into specifics with them because from 2019 to today, obviously we've had a lot of inflation and other things going on. So it's not unexpected that price was going to go up. So 6 years from now, we're probably going to be looking at double again.
Is there a requirement from the state as far as the format that we store this, or the vendor, or anything along that line?
State doesn't require a format, it just has to be retrievable. The other option would be we could print them all and store the paper, but we're talking 14,000 parcels, so
Right.
it's much easier to do this. And most of these are, if they've got a lot of stuff going, they could be 6-7 pages of stuff for one parcel. Eggland ones are just a 1-page thing, but which is the majority of our parcels. But as soon as you get a building, you're looking at much more pages. So
And you're not looking for more work?
if I don't have to, no. Makes
then-
it pretty easy to store and pretty easy to retrieve.
And then Vanguard is identified because that's who we use for our assessment services as well.
Yep. Yep.
So, Mr. Chairman, it says, have you explained to me, it says 6 uses, does that mean like 6 years, once per year?
Yeah, we only invoke it right after the BOE to store that prior year. So we
Okay.
only are gonna invoke it once a year.
Okay,
this
so
would
it's
be-
not used more than once, you don't
No.
do it more than once a year?
Nope, we just have to store them all one time each year. As soon as the BOE is done and we're done making all the adjustments we're gonna make,
Okay,
then we store all that stuff away and then start that new year.
And I see there's additional fees for other services. Do we normally use other services, or is it,
We pay Vanguard, I wanna say it's about 14 grand a year outside of this for the use of the software,
okay.
which covers the licensing for the base package and then additional modules that we purchase from them.
Any further questions for Don?
Mr. Chair, I make a motion that we approve the contract with Vanguard Appraisals for 6 archive uses, which equates to 1 use each year for 6 years, for property record cards at $3,180 per use, starting in 2026, totaling through the 6 uses of $19,080 over the contract term.
I'll second.
It's been moved and seconded to recommend the approval of the contract with Vanguard Appraisals as stated. Is there any discussion? Any discussion? Any discussion? All those in
I would
favor?
request a roll call vote, please.
Okay. Roll call vote has been requested. Commissioner Morrell.
Yes.
Let's see, who seconded it?
Paul
Paul did.
did.
Commissioner Tokash.
Yes.
Commissioner Buckley.
Yes.
Commissioner Zachmeyer.
Yes.
And myself, yes. Motion carries.
Okay.
Thank you, Don. Auditor Roan, you have anything for us?
Do not.
You do not. Does any commissioner have anything else good for the order?
Just a point of reference for what Don was referring to regarding the scanning the digital files of our property records. In the same regard, since 2019, I believe it was, our Veterans Affairs office has been basically doing the exact same thing as countless years of paper files getting scanned into a specific VA portfolio, so everything is documented within the VA side of things when it's needed. So that's a lot of cloud space, it's a lot of cloud costs, and of course, companies optimize that, unfortunately.
Anything else good for the order?
Motion to adjourn.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned.